2025 marked the end of the GTR 35 for Nissan. It was a huge run, and of course, the Skylines and the GTRs have always been a staple in the Nissan stable of cars. But now the question remains is, will they follow it up with another R36 maybe, or another R30 model? One doesn't know. What we do hope though is they, like what they did with the R34, we hope that they come up with a tribute version of the R35. And like we know, the R34 tribute version that they came up with is of course the very famous Nissan Skyline R34 Z-TUNE. Now, we have one of those in our garage today, and no, it's not the real thing, because instead of this beautiful Skyline that I have behind me, I would be standing next to an actual Skyline. But we do have something that's big enough to get every collector who loves Skylines all riled up, checking their bank accounts and figuring out how they can get the money to get this beautiful piece into their collection. And here's the beautiful part: it's not that expensive. So, Nissan wanted to celebrate the awesome work the R34 did during the Japanese touring car competitions. So what did they do? They decided to celebrate the R34 with a very special version called the Z-TUNE version. They decided they would take 19 cars to celebrate the 20 years of the R34's dominance in the JTCC. And they decided to take 19 cars of a certain mileage, because of course, you know, cars after a certain mileage start to have wear and tear. So a certain mileage limit was set, and they looked for cars that were below that mileage limit, and they found 19 cars that were in pristine condition, had no accidents, had absolutely no changes done to the car whatsoever, stock perfect, perfect condition body-wise, and of course, low mileage. Then they took these cars into the factory, stripped them down, and remade them with completely new parts, accessories, special parts to make the car more perfect, and created the perfect track car known as the Nissan Z-TUNE. And it was of course tuned at their factory in can't remember the name, but it was one of the Nismo factories that they tuned this car in. Now, it is a beautiful expression of mechanical genius. The car itself already was perfect, but then Nissan decided to take it and make it more perfect, and there are only 19 of these perfect examples that exist in the world. Now, there's some confusion because the 19 cars that they created were painted in Nissan's famous silver color. 2 were brought back to the factory, rebuilt as per the customer's request, and the cars were both painted in midnight purple. So there isn't really a proper Z-TUNE that is actually in Bayside Blue. Bayside Blue is a color for the Nissan R34, a famous color, standard color, but also the Z-TUNE parts on this are not the original of the 19 Z-TUNEs that Nissan made, but the body the same body kit, and of course probably the same tweaks made to the car. So it's not the original 19 cars that had the low mileage, but it certainly is a Z-TUNE because it was probably spec'd and built after those models. It's just that it wasn't done by those by Nissan itself, as a tribute. But this is a Nissan Z-TUNE, and as you can see, it is a perfect example of what automobile can do when they get into their game and they put their minds together to build something absolutely perfect. Now, I've been saying on repeat that Solido, Automobile and GT Spirit are springing into action and getting in on the JDM cars, and they're giving brands like Ignition Models a run for their money. Because if you check out the close-up of this car, you're going to realize why this is the best car to own in 1/12 scale at the moment, because one, of the way it looks, and two, because of its price. This is pure perfection. I mean, as a GTR 34 fan, it doesn't get better than this. Just check out the detailing on the headlights, the detailing on the front grille perforated, the Nismo radiator at the bottom. This is absolutely stunning. You can see the Brembo brake calipers. Painted in this beautiful Bayside blue. Everything that you would expect in a model is right here, featured on the Skyline. Even the interior is highly detailed. Everything is looks absolutely fantastic. And the price tag. Yeah, this is definitely something that you would definitely want in your collection, especially this scale, because this scale is just absolutely stunning.